From the First Bet Studios in Arcadia, California, I am Jeff Siegel. Thanks for joining us on this Kentucky Derby handicapping preview as we look ahead to the first jewel of racing's Triple Crown on Saturday at Churchill Downs. Goes as the 12th race. Post time for the race, 6:57 Eastern. Now, if you are playing the Derby card or if you're playing the Friday Kentucky Oaks card, you should do so at expressbet.com or on the First Bet app. And here's why. Every race, you can bet $10 to win, up to $10. If your horse doesn't win but runs second or third, guess what? You get your $10 back. You can't beat that. That is a great tip, and I tell you what I want. I want Eddie Olczyk's tip on the Derby. Now, Eddie is at Churchill Downs. You're there. You're closer to the action than I am. I want to know who you like, and I want to know why.
Well, Jeff, great to be with you. Thanks for having me, and a lot of excitement here in Louisville, considering how we ran the Kentucky Derby last year. Last year, I was up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, working the NHL in the Edmonton bubble, and I got to call the Kentucky Derby from Canada, and we got a lot of people here. It's going to be really exciting. But look, for me, I've been on Known Agenda's bandwagon after a very poor Samuel F. Davis run in Tampa at Tampa Bay Downs a few months ago. I know he's drawn the dreaded number one post position. We haven't seen a number one post position win the Kentucky Derby since 1986 in Ferdinand. But I really think this horse is maturing. I really like the blinkers on by Todd Pletcher. I really believe that this horse will not mind being down on the inside. And at the end of the day, this horse has overcome a lot over the course of the last 2 or 3 months. And for me, Jeff, Known Agenda, you're going to get a really good price. I think the price is going to be way better than it might have been if he wasn't on the rail. So a lot of my wagers, a lot of my bets, my Express Bet account is going to get a workout this weekend, but all of my wagers are going to be based around the number one horse, Known Agenda. I think the race is going to set up for him. Look at, I believe when you look at Midnight Bourbon, the 10 horse, I don't think Steve Asmussen hires Mike Smith to ride Midnight Bourbon to rate or sit in behind horses. I think the 10 horse, Jeff, is going to go to the lead. So I think it's going to be a relatively hot pace. Hopefully Known Agenda is sitting maybe in that 5 or 6 spot and maybe run him down in the lane. The other horse I'm going to use with him, Jeff, is Hot Rod Charlie. So all my plays are going to be around the 1 and 9, but Known Agenda is going to get all of my money in the win, place, and show aspect.
You know, I noticed that the speed right outside of Known Agenda is non-existent. So if he breaks running, he might find himself in a good second flight trip. Where do you like to see him, or where would you prefer to see him as the field passes the stands for the first time?
Well, he's got the right pilot on him, does he not? In Irad Ortiz Jr. I mean, he is. I mean, nobody riding any better. I'd like to see anybody if there is, but your record is going to be everything. The blinkers on. He's shown a little bit more aggressiveness. So I think he can be in that second flight. So I think he's going to be 15th. I hope not. I'm hoping he's sitting maybe 6th or 7th somewhere. Get position. Let the speed go. Like I said, he likes the inside, Jeff. He didn't like it as a 2-year-old, but I think he likes it now, especially with those blinkers on. So I would like to see him in that second flight sitting 6th or 7th. And if they go quick, if they go 10 and change, under 10 and change, I don't know if they will, but I think this horse is tactical enough to make a big run, and he's bred to go to the distance. So I'm hoping Known Agenda can get the job done.
Certainly think that Known Agenda's got a great chance. He's one of several that I think will win or can win. My top pick is Rock Your World, the California Invader, the undefeated colt by Candy Ride. The reason why I like him is because he's training so much better now than he was even before the Santa Anita Derby. And, of course, he won the Santa Anita Derby, and he's come on so smartly since then for John Sadler. He's a big, good-looking, long-striding colt. Will go a mile and a quarter. I like where he's drawn. He's outside in the 15 hole. Maybe he can avoid the dirt being kicked in his face, something that he's never had to have encountered yet. So I think that, for me, Rock Your World is definitely my top selection at 5-1. I certainly think Known Agenda, the one that you like, Eddie, is a legitimate contender as well. We haven't mentioned Essential Quality, though. For some reason, I'm not crazy about him. I don't know why. Maybe you can tell me why. I'm not that high on him.
Well, look, I agree with you, Jeff. I'm going to use him in the bottoms of my tries and superfectas. Look, we saw last year, Tiz the Law left his Derby race on the track at Saratoga. I think Essential Quality will leave his Derby race in Lexington where he win the Bluegrass. I thought that race, he was all out to win that race, Jeff. I don't know what Brad Cox thinks, but my eye test tells me is that he ran hard against Highly Motivated. He's been training okay, I believe. So that's what I'm thinking. Look, how can you argue? He's 5 for 5, 2-year-old champion, the whole 9 yards. But for me, I'm not going to be putting him in my top 2 positions.
Well, favorites have won 10 out of the last 21 derbies, so there's something to be said about going in as the top selection for many people. We'll see what happens in what looks to be one of the most intriguing and interesting derbies we've seen in a long time. Don't forget to download the Kentucky Derby Wagering Guide, the updated version, available now. Download it. It's for free. It'll help you out, hopefully. All kinds of good opinions in there, including Eddie's, mine as well. Check it out. That's the free Kentucky Derby Wagering Guide. Good luck on Saturday.